Good morning, students. So here we do start with practice set 1.3. In last lecture, as we saw that learn about that how to write that given statements in conditional statements, means in if then form. Also we studied about that statements convert in what converse statements. Okay, and now using that, now we have to solve that practice set 1.3. Question is, write the following statements in if then form. Means what? We have to write down that statement in its conditional statements. Okay, first example is that statement is given as the opposite angles of parallelogram are congruent. So it is what a property of that angles of parallelogram, and parallelogram is what? It's a type of quadrilateral. S means how we write down that given statement in if then form. If what? Given quadrilateral is parallelogram, then its opposite angles are congruent. It is what? If then form. If it's a property of parallelogram, and parallelogram is what? Type of quadrilateral. If given quadrilateral is parallelogram, then its opposite angles are congruent. Okay, getting this? Okay, now try for that second one, that the statement is the diagonals of rectangle are congruent. Means here is the property of rectangle about its diagonal, and rectangle is again, yes, quadrilateral. So if given quadrilateral is what? Rectangle, then its diagonals are congruent. Okay, understood this? Okay, so for 1 or 2 mark questions, that the example asked in exam, that write the following given statements in its conditional statement or if then form. Okay, now third one is, in an isosceles triangle, the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. So this is the statement. So how we can write down it in if then form? Yes, here is what? Triangle. Means what? How we can write down this? If given triangle is an isosceles triangle, then what? The segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. Okay, in first two examples we have that parallelogram and rectangle, which is type of quadrilateral, and in third one we have given in statement as isosceles triangle. Means we write if given what? Triangle is an isosceles triangle, then continue that sentence. Okay, students, so third one, try as your homework. Then in second question you have to write the converses of the given statements. Okay, so here in second question we have to write the converse of the following statements. So first example, that the statement is the alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal are congruent. So here is the property of that parallel lines and transversal. Okay, so to write its converse, what we do here, first we write down its conditional statement. Means we convert that statement in if then form. So it's easy to write down its converse, because in converse we just interchange that if then. Okay, so it is not supposed to write always that to give if you have to write down that converse, you have to write conditional statement. Okay, you can directly write down its converse also, but it is easy as you convert that given statement in if then form, then interchange that if then form, you get converse. That's why we first write conditional statement. Okay, so here according to that statement I ask that one question, that what are congruent? Yes, the answer is alternate angles are congruent. Okay, alternate angles are congruent. And when alternate angles are congruent, if that alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal is there, means alternate angles are congruent when there are two parallel lines. Okay, means how we write down that given statement in conditional statement, that if there are two parallel lines and they are transversal, then alternate angles formed are congruent. Okay, so here we write down its conditional statement. If there are two parallel lines and they are transversal, then alternate angles formed are congruent. Okay, now but we have to write down what its converse statement. So how we write down its converse statement? We exchange or we interchange this if then. So that then part is what alternate angles form are congruent. So this then part we write down in if, and that the part of as we write down the if. So here we interchange, we write down it after then. So that statement now becomes if what alternate angles form are congruent, but alternate angles formed by what? Two, we not use this word parallel, two lines and their transversal are congruent. समजता है? Alternate angles असेच बनणार आहेत का? No. If there are two lines and transversal, then that alternate angles form. So we write down if alternate angles formed by two lines and their transversal are congruent, then those two lines are what? Parallel is its converse. Okay, understood students? Alternate angles form are congruent असंच नाही लिहिणार, because that alternate angles formed by what? Two lines and their transversal, and if that alternate angles are congruent, then we can say those two lines are what? Parallel to each other is what? Converse statement of that given statement. Okay, in next chapter we have to prove these statements as in theorem also. Okay students, now we try for that second one. Second given statement is if a pair of interior angles made by transversal of two lines are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Is one more property about that interior angles of two lines and their transversal. What is that property? Says if a pair of that interior angles made by transversal of two lines are supplementary, then that given two lines are parallel to each other. Now here that given statement is itself in if then form, so we can write down that it's converse statement now. Okay, so in converse statements what we do, we exchange that if then part, means then the lines are parallel. Then the lines are parallel means if the lines are parallel, we do not write like this. If the lines are parallel, what we write? Yes, that the lines are parallel, two lines are parallel and there is what? Transversal, then the pair of interior angles, then the pair of interior angles made by transversal are what? Supplementary, not congruent. Okay, so here we try to write down its converse statement. If what? Interior angles formed by the two parallel lines and their transversal, then what? Then the pair of interior angles are supplementary is what? Its converse statement. Okay, as you observe here, at the then part the lines are parallel, so we write down is after if that interior angles formed by what? Two parallel lines, and that the given if that interior angles are supplementary, Here we write down then after then part. Then the pair of interior angles are supplementary. So like this, for 1 or 2 marks that the example asks in exam, that the right converses of that given statements. So similarly, that third one is there, I keep as your homework student. The statement is the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. So what is that conditional statement of the statement? If given quadrilateral is rectangle, then its diagonal are congruent is what conditional statement. And now we convert it in its converse statement. So how we write down that? As I keep is as your homework. Okay, so try to solve that third one and send me that pic as in my personal contact. Okay students. Okay students, now here we do start with our problem set 1. First question is, select the correct alternative from the answers of the questions given below. That the examples is compulsory in exam for 2 marks. Multiple choice questions, objective question is there. So first one is, how many midpoints does a segment have? If as I draw one segment, then how many midpoints will be for that segment? So of course that answer is only 1, and means that option A is correct. Second one is, how many points are there in the intersection of 2 distinct lines? So as we draw that 2 distinct lines which intersect each other, means how many intersection points are there? Yes, the answer is only 1, means option C is correct. Okay. Third one, how many lines are determined by 3 distinct points? So how we solve this? As we have that 3 distinct points, but it is not given that the points are collinear or non-collinear, means we have to write that answer for both. If that points are collinear, means there is one and only one line. But if the points are non-collinear, then it's like this. If that points are collinear, then we can draw one and only one line. But if that points are non-collinear, 3 distinct points, so here we getting what? 3 different lines, means here the answer is what? Yes, option C, 1 or 3 is correct one. Okay. Fourth one is what? You have to find that the distance between A and B if coordinate of A and B are -2 and 5 respectively. Okay. And what we know about that, to find the distance between that any 2 points, yes, we will find out that the difference between that coordinates, means you have to subtract that smaller one from greater. So here that greater one is 5, so that subtraction value is, it is not 3, okay, it's -2, means 5 minus of -2. So like this, understood? 5 minus of -2 means it becomes 5 plus 2, and hence we get that answer that the distance between A and B as option C is correct, 7. In fifth one, we are given that P dash Q dash R, means that Q is lies in between P and R. If PQ is 2, PR is 10, find distance QR. So according to that betweenness, that the PR is the longest one. So formula is what? Distance PR equal to distance PQ plus distance QR. And as we simplify this, what we notice that to find the distance of QR, we have to take the difference, distance PR minus distance PQ, and hence answer is 8. Option B is correct. Okay students, so like this, that the select the correct alternative from the answers of the questions given below, that the example is asked for 2 marks. Okay, now we try for the next one, 5th one. Okay, now here we have that 5th question of problem set 1. Answer the following questions. We have 2 examples. So here we solve that first one. Given that if A dash B dash C means that B lies in between A and C, and we are given the distance between that A and C equal to 17, that the distance between B and C is 6.5, then find that the distance between A and B. Okay, so here according to that betweenness, B lies in between A and C, A dash B dash C dash means that the longest distance is what? Yes, of course it is distance AC. So first we write down that the addition property using that betweenness. Understood, students? A dash B dash C means that the longest distance is between A and C. Means we can write distance of that A and C is equal to distance AB plus distance BC. Okay, and now as we substitute those values over here, so what we substitute in left hand side part as 17 equal to what? Distance AB as we have to find plus what? 6.5, and then we simplify it to get that the value of distance between A and B. So try to solve these examples, students, and give me that correct answer of the distance between A and B. Okay, so is it correct? Yes. As we substitute those values over here, 17 equal to our distance of AB plus 6.5. So to find that distance between that A and B, what we do here, student, we take this constant 6.5 to left side, so we have to subtract it from that 17, and that subtraction value is 10.5. okay, so like this. Similar, we have that second example, so I'll keep it as your homework. Okay, so I'll just give a hint to solve this example. Second one, here also we find out what? The longest distance. The longest distance is distance PR. Okay, and that we have to find. So that addition property is what? That the distance PR equal to distance PQ plus distance QR. Okay, means you have to add these two values, so that distance PR you're getting by this addition of these two numbers. So try it as your homework, students. Okay, now we have to solve that 7th one. Write the following statements in conditional form. Means that statement you have to write down in if then form. First statement is every rhombus is a square. Okay, so how we write down that statement in its conditional form? Rhombus is what? Type of quadrilateral. Yes, so if that given quadrilateral is what? Rhombus, then what? It is a square. Second statement is angles in linear pair are supplementary. So means if you have given that linear pair angles or angles in linear pair, then what? Those angles are supplementary. Simple one. If given angles in linear pair, then those angles are supplementary. Okay. Third statement is what? A triangle is a figure formed by 3 segments. Means that given figure is what? Triangle. If given figure is triangle, then it is formed by 3 segments. Okay, students? Understood, students? So always remember, in if part means you have to write down that given part. As like here, that given angles are linear pair, then those angles are supplementary. So similarly here, that the triangle is a figure that the, as here we define that triangle which is formed by 3 segments. So we write down if given figure is a triangle, then it is formed by 3 segments. So here we have that some examples that we write down that statements in conditional form or conditional statements. Okay, now that last one is one more there, so I'll keep as your homework. So do try that statement to convert it in conditional form. Okay students. Okay, now 8th question is write the converse of that each of the following statement. So here also we have that 4 statements. So first one, it is itself given in if then form. If the sum of measures of angles in a figure is 180 degree, then the figure is triangle. Means it's a property of that measure of angles of triangle. So how we write down that converse of this statement? Just we have to interchange these if then statements. So then statement is what? The figure is triangle. Means if the figure is triangle, then what? The sum of measures of angles is 180. Okay, understood students? If the given figure is what? A triangle. So here we write down that the part after then as in after if, then the sum of measures of angles is 180 degree. Okay, now try for that 4th one. If the sum of the digits of a number is divisible by 3, then what? The number is divisible by 3 is the test of that 3. So we write down its converse. So what we write down here, that the then part means what? If the number is divisible by 3, then the sum of the digits of number is divisible by 3. Just exchange that if then part, so you will get that converse statement of given statement. Okay, like this. Okay, so that remaining that second and third of this 8th question I will keep as your homework students. Okay, and similar we have that 9th one is also same. Question is write the antecedent means given part and the consequent means part to be proved in the following statements. So as we know that the part after if is what? Your antecedent means given part, and the part after then is your consequent means that part to be proved. So at 2 examples, 2 statements also I will keep as your homework. Just I will give a hint how to solve that 9th one. That the first statement is if all the sides of a triangle are congruent, then what? Its all angles are congruent. So that given statement you have to bifurcate in 2 parts, that the antecedents and that consequent. Means that the sentence after if you have to write down as your antecedent part, means all sides of triangle are congruent is your antecedent part. Then what is consequent? That the consequent is its all angles are congruent. Okay students, like this. That the second one is also same. The diagonals of a parallelogram bisects each other. Means what? Antecedent part is parallelogram and parallelogram is what? Quadrilateral. Means given quadrilateral is parallelogram, consequent is what? Its diagonals bisects each other. Okay, so like this, for 1 or 2 marks you have to solve this kind of examples, that the given statement you have to write down in its conditional statement, or you have to write down its converse, or that consequent and antecedent part. Okay students, so here we finish our first chapter of mathematics part 2, and in next lecture we will again start with our mathematics part 1 with second chapter. Okay, thank you, bye bye. And that remaining of that examples of problem set 1 solve as your homework students. Okay, and if you have any difficulty, then please WhatsApp me as of my personal number. Bye.